Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Start with the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and merciful, and durood on his last prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This video is made for class 10, chapter number 3, and here in front of you a short question is highlighted, which is, what is conditional logic? In our daily life, we often do certain tasks depending upon the situations. I will go for a walk if I wake up at 6 a.m. If the weather turns cloudy, I will take umbrella with me. If Sarah passes the exam, I will gift her a watch. Here three conditions are given. For short question, you will write only the first one, which is highlighted. After it, the next highlighted portion is all the decisions are taken on the basis of condition. If the condition is true, we perform this specified task, otherwise we do not. Suppose if I do not wake up at 6, then I will not be able to go for a walk. So all the decisions depend upon condition. If the condition is not true, then we perform some other task. This is called conditional logic. So here is the short question of conditional logic. The next one is, what is control statements? Yeah, what are control statements? So here is its answer highlighted in front of you. We can control the flow of program execution through control statements. There are three types of control statements in C language. Number 1, sequential control statements. Number 2, selection control statements. Number 3, repetition. This whole chapter covers these three statements in detail. The first one is sequential control statement. It is short question. And the question is, what are sequential control statements? Sequential means in sequence. Sequential control is the default control structure in C language. This line can be asked in MCQ. According to the sequential control, all the statements are executed in the given sequence. The next short question is, what are selection statements? The statements which help us to decide which statements should be executed next on the basis of condition are called selection statements. Two types of selection statements are if statement and if else statement. The first one, if statement. It is a long question, and in this long question there are short questions also. So the first short question is highlighted in blue color. It is as follows. C language provides if statement in which we specify a condition and associate a code to it. The code gets executed if the specified condition turns out to be true, otherwise the code does not get executed. Here the short question, answer of the short question completes. The next short question is, what is the structure of if statement? So it is as follows. If statement has the following structure in C language. If after that you will write condition in parentheses and after it associated code. If associated code has only one line, then you can write it straightforward. But if it has more than one lines, then you will enclose these lines square within curly braces. So here is a brief description of different components involved in the general structure of if statement. In the given structure, if is a keyword that is followed by a condition inside parentheses. The next one is the answer of short question. What is condition? A condition could be any valid expression, including arithmetic expression, relational expression, logical expression, or a combination of these. Here are a few examples of valid expression that can be used as condition. A 5, its value is true. Every non-zero value is true. The next one is 5 plus 4. Its value is also true. And the condition next to C is 5 minus 5, which is false. The next one is 5 greater than 4. Its answer is also true as 5 is obviously greater than 4. The next one is 5 double equal 4. So a relational operator is used in this expression, which is false. After that, multiple conditions are given. Look at the last one that is given after the H part. 5 is greater than 4. The first part is true. So you will perform short circuit evaluation here, and you do not need to test the other part sub expression of this expression, as logical not operator is used, so the final result is true. Any expression that has a non-zero value calculates to true. Example given, expression A and B above produces a true value, but the expression C produces a false value. Point 3 about the syntax is associated code. The associated code is any valid C language set of statements. It may contain one or more statements. The next one is a short question. Draw a flowchart of each statement. It is very easy. The first symbol is start. After that, you will draw a symbol for condition. It will be the diamond symbol where you will write the condition. And as you can see, there are two paths that exit from this diamond symbol. The first one is true, the second one is false. So if the condition is false, you will perform some code, you will execute some code, and then the flowchart comes to stop. If the condition is false, you do nothing. Here is some lines which states that if we want to associate more than one statement to an if statement, then they need to be enclosed inside a curly braces block. I have already tell you that piece of information. But if we want to associate only one statement, then although it may be enclosed inside pair of curly braces block, but it is not mandatory. You will write this portion only as a part of long question. Here is a very simple example. In this example, inside the main function, a variable of type int is declared and initialized, and a value of 12 is assigned to variable a. After that, we write a condition if a mod 2 equals 0. this statement will divides 12 by 2, and of course the remainder will be 0. Then the two printf statements will be executed. If the expression after the if keyword is false, then none of these statements will be executed. The output of this program is in front of you. Okay, here these lines explain the program. I have already tell you the execution, the logic of this program. Here's the next program. And what does that program do? It declares two variables of type int, where a is assigned a value of 4 and b is assigned a value of 5. After that, we write a condition after if keyword, and that condition is if a is greater than b. The condition is false. So by default, only a single statement is associated with if statement. If the condition is true, then the first printf statement will be executed. But if the condition is false, then the second printf statement will be executed, as it is not associated with the if statement. So you can see its output. The message is written, "You are doing a great job," which is written inside the second printf statement. Okay, so after that, these lines explain this example. Here is another example in front of you. In this is a very simple example, and it can be asked as a short question in your board exams. Write a program in C language that takes the percentage of students as an input and displays pass if the percentage is above 50. So inside the main function, a variable percentage of float data type is declared. Then you display a message using printf statement, enter the percentage, and you take a value from the user using scanf function and write the condition if percentage greater than 50 printf pass. If the percentage is not greater than 50, then you are not doing anything. So here inside this box you can see enter the percentage. As the percentage 47 is less than 50, so nothing will happen. But look at the second box. Here, as the percentage is greater than 50, so a message is displayed which is pass. Here is a next example. This is very simple example. There's no formula that you have to memorize in this example. Its statement is as follows. A marketing firm calculates the salary of an employee according to the following formula. Gross salary equals to basic salary plus number of items sold multiplied by 8 plus bonus. If the number of sold items are more than 100 and the number of broken items are 0, then bonus is rupees 10,000, otherwise bonus is 0. These two lines represents the condition part of this program. The next line is write a program that takes basic salary, the number of sold and broken items as input. So here you are instructed that you will declare these three variables and enter values in these variables. Enter values of your choice, that whatever value you want to enter. Then calculate and display the gross salary of the employee. So here's the function in front of you. Inside the main function, three variables: basic salary, item sold, item broken, and the fourth one is gross salary have been declared. After that, int bonus equals 0 is initialized. After that, a message is displayed using printf statement. Enter the basic salary. Then using scanf function, the basic salary is taken from the user. After that, using printf statement, next message is declared and the value is taken from the user. So after that, look at the if statement. If items sold greater than 100 and items broken equal 0, then you will assign a value of 10,000 to the bonus. Otherwise, you will do nothing. Now you will calculate gross salary. Gross salary equals basic salary plus items sold multiplied by 8 plus bonus. Then in the next printf statement, you will display the value of gross salary. The description explains this program. This is a very simple program, and I have explained every single line of this program. You can read the description for your further understanding, and I recommend you to read the description and go through each line of this program, that what does this program do. Okay, look at the next topic. Here is the flowchart of this example explaining everything. The first symbol is star, then we assign a value of 0 to the bonus, then we take the input from the user, basic salary, items sold, items broken, then we write the condition which is given in the statement of the question. If the condition is true, then we assign a value of 10,000 to the bonus. If the condition is false, then we do nothing. The value of the bonus will be 0, as you can see here after the start symbol. After that, we perform simple calculation and print the gross salary, and then the flowchart goes to an end. Then there are two activities which I have explained in an early video. You can see it from there. I will inshallah also demonstrate these examples in CIDE and show their working. Here's a tip for you. Properly indent the instructions under each statement using tab. It improves the readability of the program. So here your long question, which is uh, your long question if statement ends here, ends before this example. Your long question ends up till this mark before using if statement in C. So you will write your answer of long question, what is, write a detailed note on if statement up till this example code 3.2. After that, this example further demonstrates the if statement. Okay, now let's move to the next topic, which is also a long question if else statement. Here you will start the answer of what is if else statement by writing the highlighted text that is in front of you. I read it for you. If we want to execute one set of instruction if a particular condition is true, and another set of instruction if the condition is false. In such situations, we use if else statement. It executes the set of statements under if statement if the condition is true. Otherwise, executes the set of statements under else statement. So it shows functionality for both the situations if the condition is true or the condition is false. Remember that in if statement we only give statements if the condition is true, but if the condition is false, then we do nothing. Here is another short question. Write the structure of if else statement. So it is in front of you, highlighted in green highlighter. If condition, associated code, else associated code. So here is a short question: what is associated code? Associated code of if statement is executed if the condition is true, otherwise the code associated with else statement is executed. So it is another short question: what is an associated code? After that, you can see the flowchart of if else statement. It is very simple. After the start symbol, you can see that condition is written inside the diamond symbol, and for both its values true or false, different statements are written inside the rectangle symbol. Then the flowchart will becomes to an end. Here's an important note for you, and I have also written a text for you. Short question. Actually, it is a short question, and it is as follows: is it necessary for an else statement to have an if statement? So its answer is yes. An if statement may not have an associated else statement, but an else statement must have an if statement to which it is associated. You will write this in continuation of the long question if else statement. So here the next lines are as follows: before else keyword, if there are multiple statements under if statement, they must be enclosed inside the square brackets, curly braces block, otherwise compiler issues an error. Let's look at the example. Here in this example, inside the main function, a variable a of data type int is assigned a value of 15. After that, a condition is written if a mod 2 equals double equals 0. After that, two printf statements are used, and then else keyword is used, and after else keyword another printf statement is used. So here you can see as two statements are used, they must be enclosed inside curly braces, as it is not done here. So what will happen, as you can see from this arrow, that an error will be generated. Here the else is disconnected from the if keyword, and you can see the error else without an associated if. If we put these two printf statements inside the curly braces, then this error will be removed. So here is a detail. This paragraph demonstrates the problem with this problem, and here is the definition of block. What is a block of statement? What is a block of statements? So its answer is as follows: only one and a half line. A set of multiple instructions enclosed in braces is called a block or a compound statement. So this question can be asked in two forms: what is a block, or what are compound statements? Here the example is written again, and now you can see that these two statements are put inside curly braces. Now this program will be executed without any error. Okay, so up till here is the answer of your long question, which is write a detailed note on if else statement. So up till this point we have covered two long questions. The first one is write a detailed note on if statement, and the second one is write a detailed note on if else statement. Next, you can see the example. This example also further clarifies the concept of if else statement. This very simple example is as follows: inside main function we have declared a variable of data type character. After that, printf statement is used. After that, printf statement is used in which a message is declared. Please enter a character. Please enter a character, and the user enter a character which is achieved using the scanf function. Now we write a condition as follows: if input greater than equals 0 and input less than equals 9, printf digit, else printf not digit. So its statement will be as follows, as you can see here. The following program takes a character as input and displays digit if the character entered by the user is a digit between 0 to 9, otherwise displays not digit. Take a look at this example and write it on your register on your copy 2 to 3 times by looking at this example, and then close the book and then try to write it by your own without looking at the book, and see that how much concept do you have. Okay, so its output is as follows. After that, the activity is given in this chapter, and I have explained these activities in a separate video. You can see it from there. Here is another short question as well as long question, and it can be asked as follows: write a detailed note on if else if statement. Questions of which use these structure are also used in exercise, also given in exercise, and some examples are also given here, and some activities are also included in this chapter which use this structure. Okay, so its definition is as follows: if else if is used in a program where we have to use multiple conditions with an if statement. Its structure is as follows: if condition 1, code to execute if condition 1 is true. Else if condition 2, code to execute if condition 1 is false but condition 2 is true. And so on. You can write other conditions: condition 3, condition 4, condition 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. So else if condition n, code to execute if all previous conditions are false but condition n is true. If none of these conditions are true, then you will execute the else part, and the code or the statements that follows the else part will be executed. So here is the example which use this statement. You can see here that if percentage is 80 or more, then you will assign a grade A to the student, and then if the percentage is between 70 to 80, then you will assign a grade B to the students. This pattern is in front of you. So here the program goes on: float percentage, printf enter the percentage, scanf and percentage. The user will enter a value. If percentage greater than equal 80, printf A. This is the first condition. If the condition is true, then the grade will be assigned to the student is A, and the rest of the statements will be ignored or skipped, and the program will go to an end. But if the condition is false, then the next condition after the keyword else if is checked. So the next condition is percentage greater than equal to 70. If this condition is true, then we will print the grade B on the screen. If the condition is true, then B will be printed on the screen, but if the condition is false, then we will check the next condition. Here inside the next condition we check the percentage. If it is greater than equal to 60, then C will be printed on the screen, and after that if the percentage is greater than equal to 50, then D will be printed on the screen. So whichever condition is true, the code or the statement within after the after that condition will be executed, and the rest of the code will be skipped. As you can see, after the else keyword, printf f is this statement is used where grade f is printed on the screen. So this example clarifies the concept of if else if statement. After that we have another long question, which is nested selection structure. So it goes as follows. Let's closely observe the general structure of an if else statement given below. If condition associated code else associated code. The code associated with an if statement or with an else statement can be any valid C language set of statements. It means that inside an if block or inside an else block we can have other if statements or if else statements. It also means that inside those inner if statements or if else statements we can have even more if statements or if else statements and so on. So is the definition of conditional statements nested selection structure, and this definition is as follows. Conditional statements within conditional statements are called nested selection structure. So here 4 structures have been given in your book, and the first one is if condition 1 is true, and if condition 2 is true, then associated code will be executed. But if condition 1 is true but condition 2 is not true, then else part of the code will be executed. Look at the syntax next to it. In this syntax you can see if condition 1 is true and if condition 2 is true, then associated code will be executed. But if condition 1 is true and condition 2 is not true, then else part is then the statement after the else part will be checked. So it is as follows. If condition 3 is true, then the associated code will be executed. Here if the condition 1 is false, then condition 2 will not be checked and the control will be moved after the statement next to else keyword. Here is the third one, which is also uh, as the first two syntaxes with little difference, and here is the fourth one with little modification. Okay, now let's move to the next part, which is an example. Here in this example you can see that this example calculates the amount of electricity bill. This example gives you a lot of information and you do not need to memorize it. You simply start writing your code. Here is the statement: write a program that takes the type of consumer and number of units consumed as input. So there are two conditions you have to check in order to write this program. First, you have to check the type of consumer. Is it commercial or is it home user? And then you will check the units consumed, the number of units consumed. So the number of units consumed is given in this table: units less than equal to 200, units greater than equal to 200, but units less than equal to 400, and then units greater than 400. Okay. After that, your code looks like this. Hash include stdio.h. Using this statement, you include the header files in your program. After that, you start the main function. In main function, you declare variables int units, comma, unit price, comma, bill. These three variables declared. And the fourth one is character user type. Then you show a message using printf statement on the screen, and this message is: please enter H for home user and C for commercial user. And scanf function is used to take value from the user. The user will enter H or C. After that, the next printf statement will be displayed. The message, the text inside the next printf statement will be displayed on the screen. And this message is: please enter the number of units consumed. So here the user will enter a value for the units. And here is the code, very simple code. The first condition is as follows: if units less than equal 200, and the second condition is immediately follows the first condition: if user type equals double equal H. If both the conditions are true, if unit less than equal to 200 and if user type equal to H, then unit price equal to 12. But if the second condition is false, that is the user type is not H, else but it is C for commercial user, uh, then the unit price will be 15. So these four lines will be repeated here. Now you can see in that else if statement, here the units have been written using the logical AND operator, and the first subcondition before this logical AND operator is units greater than 200 and units less than equal 400. This is the first condition, and the second condition after that is if user type equal H. So if first condition is true and also if the second condition is true, then unit price will be 15. But if first condition is false, then the control will be moved after the next statement, after the else keyword. So after the else keyword, the same pattern is repeated. If user type double equal H, unit price equals 15. Here we have not checked for units. It is greater than 400, so we do not need to check this condition. The user enters the highest value, whatever value. If it is greater than 400, then this code of statements, this code which is after the else part, else keyword will be executed. So the first condition is if user type equals age, unit price is 15. But if the user type equals C, the unit price equal 24. From where you get this unit price? You get this unit price from the uh, statement of the question, which is as follows. In this table, here is the formula that is given to you. In the third line, bill amount equal to number of units consumed multiplied by unit price. After that, this table is given to you. Unit consumed is given in the first column and unit price is given in the second column, and then unit price is also given in this second table. So you write your code accordingly, and then after this you calculate the bill, which is as follows. Bill equal to unit multiplied by unit price. After that you print the bill. So this example is very simple if you understand its concept. The same nested set of if and else if statement is executed. If followed by if, these are nested if statements, and then the next condition is checked using else if statement. So go through from this example 2 to 3 times to make yourself more familiar with this example. That is all for this video. Take a very good care of yourself and the persons around you. Try to do good deeds. Respect your elders and care your youngers. May Allah show may Allah shower His blessings on all of us. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.